You may have noticed that your homepage looks slightly different, especially if you've been into our design school. The Glow Up just got released not too long ago, and so there are some differences between the resources that we currently have online and what you're going to see in our demo today. So before, and what you see in the Glow Up looks like what you see on the left-hand side here. And now what you're going to see in the demo looks like what's on the right. This is the Glow Up. So before and after. And in addition to that, you're going to see some differences there when it comes to some things that moved and then some new features. So we're going to do a little bit of a user interface walkthrough next. So I'm going to jump out once again, and I'm going to go over to our home, which looks like this. All right, right off the bat, you notice that there are two columns on the left where before there was only one long column here. We now have our home button, projects, and templates on its separate columns. So we have two columns here on the left-hand side, which we'll go through in just a bit. Then up at the top, you'll notice there is a search box at the very top, which used to be nested within the banner that's listed here where it says, what will you design today? And we took out the icons from this banner and added them just below. Up at the top right-hand side, this has always been there, but I want to remind you that whenever anything is shared with you or somebody comments you into something, you're going to find that under the notifications where you'll be able to see if you've been commented into something or if a student or a colleague has shared something with you. And lastly, you saw us jump down into that menu. This is our account where we can toggle between the different teams that you might belong to, or also toggle between different accounts that you might have. As you can see, I have two different accounts. I've got my Canva account and then my personal account. You're going to be able to see those here as well. So many of you might have a personal Canva account. You can toggle between them here, but always make sure you're on your campus account so that you can benefit from all of the extra features that you get from your school account. Same thing for teams. Make sure you're always on the right team, the team that you intend to share content with, or the team that you've been added to based on maybe your campus, your department, etc. So definitely toggle that open before you start creating to make sure you've selected the right account and the right team. All right, so let's go back over to our left-hand side to this menu. And again, you're going to see the home button and the Canva buttons. So right here, anytime you navigate into anything in this particular dashboard, you can always click on home or Canva to get back out. So let's say we've gone into templates and we've navigated down and clicked into different areas and filters, etc. You can see that this all looks different. If you want to get back to your home page, simply click the home button or the Canva logo, and that will always bring you back home. Once you're here, you can start to basically do your searches all from scratch again, but that's how you get there. Having said that, sometimes when you jump over into a design like this, you'll lose that home page. You'll be like, well, how do I get back home from here? Well, you can by going to the three lines up at the top left. That'll open up your menu. That's that same menu we saw off the home page. And from here, once again, you can click on either that home button or the Canva logo to get back to your home page. All right, so let me join you back there again. All right, so that's the home page and the logo. Below that, you'll see projects. Projects will include anything that either you have created or that your colleagues or maybe students or anyone else, if they've shared something with you, this is where it will be. Anything you've created will appear here. Anything you've made a copy of a template, for example, will be here as well. So all of that content sits under projects. Now, after a while, that's going to get a little overwhelming because it's going to add up very, very quickly, especially as you start working with your colleagues and creating content, etc. That will all appear here. So I want to show you a couple of quick shortcuts to find what you need the quickest. Under owner, you can filter by people. So let's say I wanted to find something that a colleague of mine had shared with me. Like, for example, if Bella had shared something with me, I can select Bella from the drop-down menu. And then I can go to category and select an item that maybe Bella shared a presentation with me, so I could select presentation, and I would be able to find any presentations that Bella has shared with me. I'm going to clear that. As you can see, I don't have any presentations that she sent me, but all the more reason why these are so great to use, right? Because I have a lot of stuff in here, and I was just able to filter down to exactly that one thing that I might be looking for. So definitely take advantage of these. I often use myself as a filter so that I can find only the things that I have created within the account, so I can find those items faster. And again, I can also filter my own items based on if they're presentations, worksheets, whiteboards, etc. I'm going to jump out of that and come back here to the main projects tab. And over on the right-hand side, I wanted to show you that you can also create folders. So if you're working with colleagues, if you're working perhaps with other staff, or if you're going to be creating something as a professor, you're creating maybe some content that you want to share with students, you can add them here, even if they're not necessarily a part of your team, even if they're on a different team altogether or a different account altogether. You can create a folder. So let's go ahead and do that now. And then you can create with all kinds of folks, other people, again, whether they're in your team or not. I'm going to type in just different accounts that you can add on here. And then let's say we had added all of our accounts. You can then change from edit to view to edit and can share. So you can alternate those based on what you see fit for this folder. You can always come back into your folder and edit that if you wanted to, so you can change the rights to those folders. You can also always come back to a folder and add more people. Let's say somebody else joined your team. You can always go back in and add people to it. You'll also notice that you can, because of the team I'm currently in, I can also decide to share with view rights, edit rights. You can choose those for your team as well. This is why it was so important to select the right team that you want to be on, because it makes it that much easier to share within your teams. The notified team members, that means they're going to get a notification. Remember that little bell I was talking about where you see notifications off your home page. You'll also get an email. If your email is turned on to receive notifications, then you'll get an email that says somebody has shared a folder with you. So it would say, Monica has shared a folder with you. And that's that. By leaving this check, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to click on continue, and Bella is going to receive an email from me about this folder. But I want to go ahead and let that close out here as a demo. So you can now see that UCLA demo folder is now here. I can star this folder so that as I get more and more folders, this will show up first before the other folders. And you'll notice on the left-hand side, there is a You Starred section, and I have some items that I've starred, whether it's a folder or individual designs. It'll show up here on the left-hand side for you. So just a little bit easier to find those items. And yes, you can nest folders. You can add a folder within a folder to organize the folders however you need to. All right, so that was a little bit of your projects and how to find them using the projects icon here on the left-hand side. In addition to that, I'm going to go back home. If you know exactly what you're looking for, my recommendation and the way I do this is to simply use the search box up at the top. Because if I know what the file is called, or at least a couple of the words within the title, then you can type it directly here in the search box. A couple of more things just as a review. So again, we've got this left column. In this second column that you see here, you can kick off a design by simply clicking the purple button, Create a Design. You can also start a blank new document by clicking on the icons here below the banner, as well as a whiteboard, presentation, and so forth. And then below that, you'll see this little area here that just shows you what's changed. Once you've cleared that out, it'll close that, making room for more of your starred items. But you do have that right off the bat. I recommend reviewing those, especially if you're new to this glow up. We already talked about your starred items here, and then below that, you'll see a recent items section. And lastly, you're going to see your trash section, which I'm going to go ahead and click on. This is where your trashed items will appear, and they will stay here for 30 days, allowing you to restore a file in case you accidentally deleted something, or maybe you purposely deleted but realized, oh, wait, there was some content in there that I want to be able to still use. You can recover those files to be able to use them, grab what you need, and then you can then put those back into the trash. So again, they will sit here for 30 days. Once the 30 days are up, they will be automatically deleted. You're not having to come back in and delete on your own. They will be automatically deleted after those 30 days, but you have at least 30 days to restore those files and use what you need from those if needed. It does break it up into 3 categories. So if you're looking for something and you're not seeing it, make sure that you're looking through all of your 3 categories. You have designs, which is all of your designs, whether it's in a doc, a presentation, a whiteboard, and then you've got a section for images and for videos. All right, so let's come back to the home page. So that's a little bit of an overview. Last thing I want to point out is the uploads button, which is right over here below the banner on the right-hand side. You can upload your own content. So if you have designed content like maybe a PowerPoint in your Microsoft account or a Word document, you can upload those and bring those into Canva and leverage the Canva features and be able to edit those. You can also bring in PDFs. You can bring in your own images, your own video files, your own audio clips. Your content can be brought into your Canva account and then leverage all of the features within Canva.